I'm the founder and the chairman of Quantum Foundation. So today I'm very happy to do the presentation with the blockchain with the best. It's one of the biggest online conference. So I'm very happy to present to you the future of quantum and also how the blockchain can change the IoT industry. Yeah. So maybe before we start, I would like to give you a very short introduction about myself. So I graduated from the one of the best university in China, the Academy of Science of China. It's like the NASA in US, and I joined the blockchain industry since 2012. And at the beginning, I was one of the biggest miner in China who mining Bitcoin. And then in 2015, I had a very short working experience in Alibaba. And then at the end of 2015, I left Alibaba and I started the quantum blockchain idea. So the idea is very, very simple. We wanted to combine the advantage of Bitcoin and Ethereum together. Yeah, and I also did some research in the IoT industry when I was preparing my PhD degree. So that's the reason today we have the topic together with blockchain and IoT together. Yeah. Okay. So I think we have like about 40 minutes to do the presentation. So I would like to go through the design of quantum and why it's very suitable for the IoT industry, and how can we use the blockchain technology to rebuild the IoT industry. And also I will give you some use case combined based on the blockchain technology we can make the IoT industry better. Yeah. Okay, so the title is Connecting Devices with Blockchain. And also I would like to go through the future of quantum and also the IoT industry. Today, it's very early for me because I'm in Singapore right now. I came to Singapore for the FinTech Festival. So it's 7 a.m. In the morning. Okay, so I will go through the content. The first topic is like why we build the quantum blockchain project. And also I wanted to share you my own understanding of the meaning of blockchain. I think that even today we have a lot of confuse in the whole blockchain industry. And also I wanted to share you the quantum roadmap and what we did until right now. And also the whole blockchain technology evolution in the near future, and also the decentralized application ecosystem, and also the IoT industry. And at the end, I wanted to introduce you the quantum team and the ways to reach us. So why we build the quantum blockchain project? Yeah, I think in 2015. Many people, they ask me the question like why you build another blockchain project, since right now we already have Bitcoin, we already have Ethereum blockchain, we have more than 1,000 blockchain project. So why we build another blockchain project? Yeah. So from my understanding, because I started the business as one of the biggest miner. So, and I know the whole community very well in China, and all the blockchain community. Yeah. So, from my understanding, in 2015, in 2009 we have the Bitcoin project released. Yeah, and then in 2015 we have the Ethereum project. So basically, Bitcoin is a very simple design. It's designed to be simple, secure, and stable. And Ethereum is they claim Ethereum to be a platform, so Ethereum have the smart contract ability. But when Ethereum came out, the whole community in China or in other countries, I think the whole community, they have a lot of work. So why we build the quantum project? So in 2015, when we have the Ethereum project, the community have a lot of disagreeable with each other. So from my understanding, like the whole community is pretty small, and we have people disagreeable with each other. That's really bad. Yeah. So I wanted to create something new to union the Bitcoin community and also the Ethereum community. Yeah. The second reason for why we build the Quantum project is because I believe it's an open source software evolution. So the Quantum project, basically, we get a lot of idea from the Bitcoin design and from the Ethereum, the virtual machine, the EVM. So I believe the open source software is the future of the software industry and the technology. Yeah. And then also no need to reinvent the wheels again. So that's a reason why we build Quantum on the open source software. Also, a very different idea, I think also a very big misunderstanding in the whole industry is like people have a different understanding on what's the currency and what's a platform. So from my understanding, Bitcoin is designed to be a currency. So it's very simple, secure, and stable. And you cannot really build any applications based on Bitcoin source code because it's a currency. The currency itself is it's a application, and so but Ethereum, since Ethereum is supporting the smart contract, you can build your decentralized application on Ethereum. So what's the idea of Quantum? The idea of Quantum is like we are based on Bitcoin, the currency protocol, and we through the layered design, we have the virtual machine. We can support the virtual machine. So Quantum is more like a currency plus a platform. So Bitcoin is a currency, Ethereum is a platform. So Quantum's design is a currency plus a platform. Also, from Quantum design, we have a layered design because we do not want the system to be deeply coupling. So we are trying to decoupling the whole system. So we have a layered design. We have 3 layers. The basic layer is the currency layer. The middle layer is a virtual layer. We call it a virtual account abstraction layer. Through this virtual layer, we can support many virtual machine, many smart contract applications. So the upper layer is a smart contract layer. So we have a 3-layer design. It's a different from Bitcoin because Bitcoin only have a 1 layer. That's a currency protocol. And also a huge challenge for the whole blockchain industry is like the governance problem. Like for Bitcoin, it's very hard to manage the Bitcoin network because it's a decentralized network. And for Ethereum, when we have the DAO accident, so people they listen to Vitalik and he said, oh, maybe we need to do the hard fork. Well, we do not need to do the hard fork. So we do not have a really good governance protocol for the whole blockchain industry. Yeah. Also, today both Bitcoin, both Ethereum, it's based on the proof of work. So the proof of work is not really business friendly. Also, another huge challenge for the whole blockchain industry is no usability, because the first time I downloaded the Bitcoin wallet, you can feel it's like the Windows 95 design, So it's very hard for average user to understand what's happening. Yeah. And also, I think today for the smart contract programming language, we also have a lot of problems like the Solidity. Not too much people really can write a very good Solidity smart contract. That's a reason why the Parity wallet being hacked twice. Yeah. And also, for blockchain, I think it's building a totally new crypto economy right now, and it's some revolutionary idea, changing people's mind, like what's a value and what's a currency. Yeah, I think I wanted to share my understanding of the meaning of blockchain. So from my understanding, the blockchain technology is more like it creates a new economy model for people they can cooperate, and also for the IoT industry, for the device they can connect with each other and they can exchange the value, they can exchange the data. So from my understanding, the blockchain technology is far more than the technology itself. It's also create a new paradigm for people to think and to cooperate. And from my, I believe like in 30 years, I think more and more company will disappear. We will build our virtual, organization on the blockchain and on the internet. Yeah, that's something that's something is happening right now. And also for sure, this kind of new corporation model will rebuild the whole IoT industry, because earlier we do not really have a value transfer protocol for the IoT industry, for the devices, for the sensors. But right now, since the blockchain is a global ledger, and all the contribution, like in the IoT industry, all the data produce, all the data transfer, all the data protection can be built based on the blockchain protocol. And right now, okay, another good example is like right now, either on the Earth we have like 6 billion or 6.5 billion people live on the Earth. But I think we have in the future we will have like 100 billion device. Yeah. So right now, all the world economy is produced. Most of the economy is produced by the people. But I believe in the future, the device, they can participate in the economy activity, and they can take a big, very large percentage of the economy creating. Yeah. So that's something is happening right now. And also, I believe in 30 years, like most of the big company will disappear. Yeah. And because we can have a better, a transparent, a more efficiency economy based on the blockchain. Yeah, a good example is like for Bitcoin network. We do not really have a company behind the Bitcoin network, but that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason why Bitcoin. That's part of the reason why Bitcoin it's still worth. It's worth like $20 billion right now. It's more than $20 billion right now. Yeah. So I think that's something we can see. The economy is moving from a centralized business to a decentralized business right now. And the decentralized business, the governance rule and the reward structure, all of this kind of reward structure is based on the blockchain. Yeah. So I think the blockchain in the future, it's viewed like the electricity, like the air, like the basic infrastructure for the society. So the meaning of blockchain is offering a trustless environment for all these business to do the seamlessly transaction between each other. Yeah. So the blockchain is offering a trusted service for the whole society. It's one of the most valuable service, because that's a service all the biggest bank, all the biggest institution, they are trying to offer into the society. Yeah. But in the future, we do not really need this kind of middleman, this kind of escrow service offering by the people. Because based on the smart contract, we can virtualize the people, we can virtualize the escrow service. Just imagine, like, there's a lot of renting service in China. Like some of the big companies, they hire like 10,000 people just to rent the house out. Yeah. But, if you build this on the blockchain, all you need to do is like you deploy a smart contract on blockchain. And it's more like you have virtualized like 10,000 people on blockchain. And every smart contract is a virtual agent. They can offering the trusted service for all the business in the future. So I think, but sometimes it's very hard to understand the blockchain, the blockchain technology, because it's really not only about the technology. It's also about the changing people's mind, changing the way they are thinking. Yeah. Also, I wanted to go through the quantum roadmap. So for the quantum project, we started the project last year in the March of 2016, and we have a great successful ICO back to March of 2017. And right now, the whole project have a market cap almost $1 billion. Yeah. So we can see this kind of new blockchain idea, new blockchain design have been widely accepted by the community and all over the world. Yeah. So what we did until right now to build a totally new blockchain. Yeah. So what we did is like we focused a lot on the wallet service, because from my understanding, the wallet service is a gateway from the real world to the virtual blockchain world. So people needed to manage their digital asset. So the wallet service is a gateway. It's not only a gateway for the people, but also a gateway for all the IoT industry, for the IoT device. Yeah, because that's a basic service for the value transfer. So until right now, we released all the mobile wallet, and also we released a lot of third-party mobile wallet and the SPV wallet. Yeah, and also some hardware wallet. Yeah, because sometimes the security is very important for the digital asset. So the hardware wallet is we need the hardware wallet and also the online wallet. Yeah. But I wanted to highlight something we did very innovative and very creative in this industry. We did one thing. It's like in the wallet service. Yeah. We put the smart contract into the mobile wallet. Yeah. You can download the Quantum mobile wallet, QTUM mobile wallet, through Google Play or Apple Store. You can find we have a smart contract Apple Store. I think that means something for the whole industry. The reason is like, right now, no one really is using any personal computer right now. People are moving to the mobile. So it's the same for the IoT industry. Everything is on the light client, on the sensors, on the mobile. So if people, they can deploy smart contract, they can use smart contract in the mobile, I think it can bring a lot of usability to the whole industry, and it can attract more people to blockchain and to the IoT. Yeah. So why Quantum can make the smart contract working on the mobile? Because we have the SPV protocol. Yeah, the SPV protocol is very suitable for the IoT industry, and it's a light client. And we learned this from the Bitcoin design designed by Satoshi Nakamoto. The simple payment verification protocol is supported by Bitcoin network. Since the Quantum is based on the Bitcoin UTXO model, so we can leverage all the current Bitcoin network, all the Bitcoin development tools. Also, it's very important to have a lot of Explorer, so people, they can trace all the transactions, they can trace all the smart contract, they can check what's happening on the blockchain. Basically, the Explorer is a front end to show the network, the real blockchain network parameters. You can check everything through the Explorer, and you can check all the smart contract. You can check all the code there. So the Explorer is very important. So we already finished all the Explorer, and also we are designing some new Explorer for the Quantum standard token, because Quantum is supporting the smart contract. So you can release your own token on the Quantum platform. And this can be a very good use case for the IoT industry, because you can tokenize the data, you can tokenize the value in the IoT industry too. Yeah. Also, we are working on two exciting topics. The first one is the Lightning Network. So the Lightning Network is the Lightning Network is very useful to solve the scalable problem for the blockchain network. Because right now, the Bitcoin network can only process, I think, 300,000 transactions per day. It's similar as the Ethereum network. The TPS of Bitcoin is only 3 to 5 per second. Yeah, and it's for Ethereum, it's like 15 to 20. So when you compare the TPS, it's very slow when you compare with the Visa or with the central bank. So what's the best way to scale the blockchain network? Yeah, I think the best way is like it's just like the design of the national highway. Yeah. So in a country you have the highway, but you also have some other small road. Yeah. People if you are not in an emergency, you can just go through the branch road or the small road. You do not need to go to the highway all the time. So the Bitcoin network basically is like the highway, because it's a decentralized network over the world. So the decentralization and the speed is a conflict. You cannot really achieve decentralization and high speed in the same time. So the best way is to move some network traffic to the off chain. So I think that's one of the idea behind the Lightning Network. So by the Lightning, if we can use the Lightning Network, you have the whole blockchain network can process more transactions, can have the ability like a Visa or even higher than the Visa network. Yeah. Another exciting development work we are doing is like the quantum x86 virtual machine, because the EVM by design, they still have so many limitations, and they can only support the Solidity language. Yeah, but not too many people really can write a very good smart contract through the Solidity design. Yeah, so we want what the x86 virtual machine, what we wanted to do. Yeah, we wanted to people they can write smart contract by using C language, C++, Java, Python. All these major programming languages, they can use it to write the smart contract. So by this way, we can extend the smart contract to all the traditional IT service. So people, they can build in the future, you do not really need to build the application for Apple Store. All you need to do is like you need some function. All you need to do is write some 3 lines of smart contract, and your function, your application are live on the blockchain. Yeah, so that will change the whole software development industry in the future. Yeah, so we will see the blockchain will work as a basic protocol also for the software development in the future. Yeah. Also, yeah, for quantum, we are focused on many areas right now because it's a very general platform. But we are targeted right now. But we have the roadmap for the milestone. I think you can check this on the website and also in our community. Yeah. So right now we are working on many areas, and also we are targeting many market right now. So basically, quantum build a lot of influence in Asia. So right now we are targeting the US market and in Japan and in Europe, and we are building our developer community right now. So around the world, I think we have about 100 developers. They are working on the source code, working on the project, and also we have a lot of decentralized application support. Yeah, a lot of dev support. Yeah. And also, yeah, we are working closely with a lot of IoT company to build a lot of IoT use case. Yeah, I will introduce this later. Yeah. So yeah, I still wanted to highlight the technology evolution for the whole blockchain industry. Yeah, I think the whole, when you talk about a blockchain, yeah, what's the first word you think about? Yeah, I think most of people, they think about Bitcoin. Yeah. But Bitcoin, it's only a currency. It's designed to be a currency. So the requirement for of a currency is very different from the requirement of a platform. What's the requirement of the currency? The first requirement is the decentralization. Without a decentralization, I prefer to trust the central bank. I prefer to trust the government. Yeah. But with the decentralization, it's a trustless network. It's a peer-to-peer network. That's a core value of Bitcoin network. So how do you measure a network is decentralized? You have some requirement, like the first one is how many phone nodes you have, and it's a peer-to-peer network, and also it's a decentralization network on the Earth. Maybe in the future it's a decentralization network in the space. Yeah. So that's the decentralization. Decentralization is the core value of the cryptocurrency. And also the second core value of the cryptocurrency is like it should be secure and stable. Yeah, it should be like fully tested, and you should support some native like money transfer management or money like operations. Yeah, native money operations in the design. That's what Bitcoin good at. Yeah, because in Bitcoin network you can do the transaction through 5 standard transactions, like the old pay to script hash. You can do the multi-signature. You do not really need to write a smart contract to do the multi-signature. And it's kind of very dangerous to put a lot of money into the smart contract. That's why the reason the private wallet being hacked a few times, because you cannot put a lot of money into the application layer. You should put it in the very basic protocol layer. So that's what Bitcoin is, why it's so simple, secure, and stable. And also, yeah, the core value of cryptocurrency is still stored value, and also a lot of payment service. Yeah, and maybe in the future, the Bitcoin can be an anchor for the fiat currency. Yeah, but that's what the currency design. So Bitcoin is a currency design. It's not a platform. You cannot build applications on Bitcoin because it's a currency. Itself is very simple. Then we have the Ethereum. So the Ethereum, they have a lot of flexibility. So basically, they extend the script language concept in Bitcoin to a Turing complete platform. That's a reason we say, oh, Ethereum, they support the EVM and they support the smart contract. And right now it's supporting the EVM. But if you think Ethereum is a platform, I think it's far away from mature. The reason is like the smart contract itself have a lot of limitation right now, like the programming language for smart contract and also the EVM design have a lot of limitation. And also the whole blockchain technology, the public blockchain technology is still in very early stage. If you think it's a platform, then the scalability is a big challenge. The TPS right now for Ethereum, it's only 15 to 20. It's super slow to support like 1,000 decentralized application in the future. It's not enough. Yeah. And for Quantum, Quantum, the TPS is 3 times higher than Ethereum, but it's still super slow. The Quantum TPS is only 60 to 70 right now. And also for a platform, you need the privacy because a lot of applications, they should run you separately. So how do you protect people's privacy on a platform? And also for a platform, you need the funding model. You need the economy, the economy model for the ecosystem, so you can keep growing the platform. And also there's more requirement for the platform. So basically, it's a very different idea for the currency and the platform right now. So what is the Quantum's idea? The Quantum, we have a layered design. So the basic layer is it's like the Bitcoin. So it's combined the Bitcoin's UTXO model. So we support the standard transactions based on the Bitcoin source code. And then we designed a virtual account abstraction layer. So through this layer, we can abstract the UTXO to be our account like that, because right now the EVM is based on the account model. So through this virtual layer, we can have the account model. And then based on the account model, we can support the virtual machine. We can support multiple virtual machine, not only EVM, but the Quantum, also the Quantum x86 virtual machine. The Quantum x86 virtual machine can be running in many like IoT device, also all based on the ARM architecture, and also a lot of embedded devices and the sensors. You can run in the x86 virtual machine. It's more widely useful for the IoT industry. Also, yes, here is a map about the Bitcoin full nodes. Yeah. From the map, you can see today we have about 10,000 full nodes for the Bitcoin network over like 100 countries. That's one of the proof why Bitcoin is very decentralized, and that's also personally I think that's a core value of the blockchain, because a lot of centralized blockchain, it's not really a blockchain because it's only a centralized database. It's like a lot of consensus based on the PBFT or the BFT. All these consensus it's pretty like centralized. You have to trust like 20 nodes or 30 nodes. But for Bitcoin network, you do not need to trust any peer nodes. All you trust is the proof of work, and you do not. It's a trustless network. So it's really different from some permission blockchain or private blockchain. And this map is the Quantum full nodes. And today we almost have like 1,600 full nodes. That's like 12% of the Bitcoin full nodes network, more than 57 countries. So that can also be a very strong proof like the Quantum network is a very decentralized. And also it's different from Bitcoin because Quantum is based on the proof of stake. So it's a proof of stake network with a smart contract ability. So right now there are many projects they are building on the Quantum blockchain, like the prediction market, the space chain, the space technology, the energy industry, the peer-to-peer energy trading from the IoT industry, and online videos, streaming, advertising, and also the healthcare, and also a lot of supply chain projects they are building on Quantum from the IoT industry. Yeah. Okay, in the last 10 minutes, I wanted to go through the Quantum and plus the IoT, because I did a lot of research in the IoT industry when I was preparing my PhD degree. So I think I can, from the earlier experience, I wanted to highlight the quantum unique value to the IoT industry and the advantage. Yeah. So I think the first reason for quantum is suitable for the IoT is like quantum is based on the proof of stake. I think right now quantum is the only it's the only proof of stake based consensus based smart contract platform right now. It's the only working one because you can check the mainnet. You can it's a proof of stake blockchain, and you can write a smart contract on this proof of stake blockchain. Even Ethereum, they wanted to switch to proof of stake through the Casper, but I think it will take another 1 year or 2 years. Yeah. Also, another thing I wanted to mention is like since we are supporting the SPV protocol, so it's very suitable for all these IoT device. You do not need to download the full nodes of the blockchain. All you need to do is you can use the SPV protocol, and you can run it on the mobile, on the sensors, on the light device, even the wearable device. You can run in the wallet service. Yeah. So the smart contract can be executed from the Light client. Also, we already have the alpha version of the Lightning Network. So for the micro payment for the IoT industry, it's like a no cost at all. It's like a seamlessly no fraction of all these transactions. So it's very good for the IoT industry. And also we designed the x86 machine and we are doing the implementation right now. So the x86 virtual machine will allow for the traditional programmer to write the blockchain smart contract for the IoT industry, because a lot of IoT device you cannot really run the EVM, but the x86 architecture is a very widely used architecture by many IoT device. Yeah. And also another thing, the unique value is like quantum is compatible with the Bitcoin source code, and at the same time with the Ethereum virtual machine EVM. So you can really leverage the two sides, the two biggest ecosystem, and plus the proof of stake as a consensus. Yeah, it's a very good experiment blockchain for you to build the IoT use case and IoT applications. Yeah. And also right now, through the blockchain, you can connecting everything in the IoT industry. And there are many use cases in the IoT industry based on the blockchain technology. Yeah, I have another slide. I list some use case you can do with the blockchain, with IoT. I think there's four points I wanted to say. The first one is identity. Yeah, because blockchain is a very suitable architecture for all the IoT device to register it on blockchain and get a unique identity on blockchain. Because based on the public key and the private key design, all these devices, they have a secure identity on blockchain. And after you get a secure identity on blockchain, you can do a lot of stuff. Like in the supply chain, you can do the anti-counterfeiting, and you can have a traceability, and you can manage the IoT device very easily. You can on the blockchain, everything is transparent on the blockchain. Yeah. Another thing I think the whole IoT industry missing is monetize the blockchain, the financial part of the IoT. Yeah, the monetize the IoT industry. But based on the blockchain technology, you can enable each device. They can have a wallet. They can have a wallet address. Yeah, because right now you cannot give the wallet address you cannot go give a bank account to the IoT device, but you can easily get a wallet address on blockchain for your IoT device. And if you have the wallet address for the IoT, you can do the machine-to-machine payment immediately, and then you can build the IoT economy. You can monetize all the data transfer and all the service monetize based on the IoT. Yeah, and also based on the smart contract, you can build a lot of business logic for all these IoT device. Yeah, and based on because you have a lot of triggers from the real world, like the temperature, like the timing, like the time, like some security reasons. All these real world input can be the trigger for the smart contract deployed in the IoT industry. Yeah, and also you can do a lot of data security for all the IoT device. Yeah. Another thing is the data security, because on blockchain, everything you can avoid the tampering. The data tampering. You can use the hash pointer to get back all the data and the timing where you store the data. Yeah. So it's a very good design for the data security. And also, if you have the data security, you can have the data privacy, because like for the wearable device, I have some health data, and I can protect my data, and I can have my privacy too. Yeah. Even I wanted to sell my data. Yeah. But I still have, I'm controlling the data, and I have the data privacy by myself. Yeah. And also the blockchain is very useful for the network security in the IoT industry, because right now it's super hard to manage like 1 billion devices through a centralized network, and it's too dangerous, because if you are based on the client and the server model, and it's very hard to do the management. Yeah. But right now it's a peer-to-peer network. Yeah. And it's a decentralized management, and you can have the permission access through some blockchain design, and you can build the mesh net through some peer-to-peer value transfer, and through some peer-to-peer messaging system, and through the peer-to-peer the file sharing system. You can make the whole IoT network be very decentralized and very easy to do the management, and you do not need to worry about the single failure problem. So I think the blockchain is rebuilding the IoT industry, and you can really find your business model based on the blockchain, because the blockchain is offering an economy layer for all the IoT industry. Because earlier, all the IoT, it's basically all the IoT is just the devices. You cannot really generate the economy. But based on the blockchain, you have your identity, you have your wallet. It's like all the IoT device, you have your bank account. Then you can participate in the economy activity. That can find a lot of business model for the IoT industry. I think that's the most interesting part, why the blockchain can change the IoT industry. And we will see more and more very interesting use case for sure. Yeah, like for a car, when you are parking, you can have your wallet in the car and pay by the car itself on the blockchain. You do not need to pay with your Visa card or any like fiat money in the future. Yeah. Also, I wanted to mention the Trusted IoT Alliance. So this Trusted IoT Alliance is the IoT Meet blockchain. It's originally started by Cisco and Bosch and some very good IoT company. So right now they are building a lot of use case on the quantum blockchain. So if you have any interest on the Trusted IoT Alliance, I think you can find a lot of use case built on blockchain based on the from the IoT industry. I think it's a very interesting platform, and it's a great platform for people to share the idea and share the use case and to communicate. Yeah. Also, at the end, I wanted to introduce the Quantum team. So right now, under the Quantum Foundation, we have 35 full-time people and 25 full-time developers located in 9 countries. And I'm the leader of the project. And we have Neil, he's the CTO. I live in Morocco. And we have Earth, he's designing the virtual machine. He's also the co-founder, and he live in US, in Denver. So and also we have other team members from China, Singapore, Sweden, US, Canada, Morocco, Macedonia, Belarus. So we have a pretty global team. All the team members, they have a great experience from some big company like Alibaba, Tencent, Nasdaq, or some other very, very good company and a very good programmer. Yeah. So thank you for listening to the presentation. And if you have interest, you can send me email, thepatrick@quantum.org, or join the Quantum Telegram. And also you can visit our website, thequantum.org. Yeah. So thank you very much. Yeah. So if you have any questions, I would like to answer all the questions. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah. So for the quantum virtual machine, we finished the design right now. and the new the x86 virtual machine will be alive by in the middle of 2008. Yeah. 2018. Yeah, in the middle of 2018, the new virtual machine will go alive. Yeah, we have a lot of developer are developing the virtual machine right now, and we also we are talking to some bigger company in the IoT industry, and also we are talking to some big company, very great company to because the new virtual machine, the new virtual machine is it's we wanted it to be an open source project and can attract a lot of users. Yeah. So right now, we have like five full-time developer are developing the virtual machine. And if you have any interest on the new virtual machine design or what they implement, you can also send me the email. Yeah. The idea, the thoughts on the IOTA consensus. Okay. Yeah, because I followed all these new technology like IOTA and IOTA and the Bytable. Yeah. So I think they based on the DAC. Yeah. So I think it's a very interesting research. Yeah. And but I think for most of the blockchain project, it take a long time for the technology to become mature. So if you are building some real use case in the real life, I think it's really good to build some very mature technology. Yeah. But I'm looking. I'm also following all these new technology right now. Yeah. I think we need technically, I mean, all these consensus right now, like the proof of work, proof of stake, or like a delegated proof of stake, or some DEX, or some other new consensus. All the consensus is in evolution right now. Yeah, I think in the future, based on different use case, different scenarios, you can choose different consensus. Like for the permission blockchain, you do not really need to you do not really need to rely on one consensus. Maybe you need multiple consensus for different use case. Yeah, I think for the quantum virtual machine, the main programming language for this new virtual machine gonna be C language and C++. Yeah, because these two language, and also it's because it's a very classic design. It can also support other programming language to write a smart contract. We already have a very good demo for how to write a smart contract in C language in the quantum virtual machine. I can share the link later in the channels. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Python we can support it too. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so it's great to share the idea and to communicate with the people who have the interest for blockchain. And also, if you are a developer and if you wanted to join the blockchain industry, also welcome to send me an email, because right now we are hiring the talented developer and we are hiring the marketing people in the US market. So if you have any if you are experts in any industry, please send us the email. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good question. Yeah, I think right now for the smart contract, the problem for the smart contract, it's not only the programming language. Sometimes I'm thinking we need to rebuild the whole smart contract idea. Yeah, the reason is like you do not really need to store the smart contract forever in the blockchain. It's a very heavy load for the public blockchain. And right now we have a lot of useless smart contract already been executed like maybe half a years ago, and no one will use it in the future. But it still become it's still become a very become a long-term storage for a long-term like a burden for the whole network. The whole network is very heavy right now. Yeah, so in the future, I prefer to see many parallel blockchain. They can communicate with each other, but not only one blockchain in the future. Yeah, we need a blockchain network. They can connect with each other. And if I have a smart contract with you, and the third party, I mean not the third party, the third people, they do not really need to store the value or store the smart contract forever for me. All they need to do, maybe something like a BitTorrent. Yeah, you have a decentralized storage for the smart contract. When I need to verify, I can get the smart contract from somewhere, and I can verify, oh, that's a smart contract I deployed like half a years ago. Yeah, so I think the whole blockchain industry, it's a super very early stage. All the technology evolution is just the start. Yeah, and but right now, yeah, the whole market, is full of speculation. Yeah, most of people, they only care about the price, but not too many people really think about the technology itself as an evolution. Yeah, so that's one of the concerns for the industry. And also, personally, I believe the IoT industry will have a bright future. Will compare with the finance use case. Yeah, because all these finance use cases is highly regulated. It's super hard to exchange. It's not about the technology. It's about the regulation. But the IoT, it's about the technology. So you can build a lot of IoT use case without any regulation concerns. Yeah. So I prefer the quantum have more use case in the IoT industry rather than in the financial world. Yeah, because it's something I think it's more practical to approach for the IoT industry. Yeah. So thank you very much. If you have more questions, you can email me. Yeah, patrick@quantum.org. And also, if you have any interest, yeah, please reach us. Yeah, we would like to help you. Help you understand the whole blockchain ecosystem and some use case in the IoT industry too. Yeah. Also, you can, if you are a developer, welcome to join our Slack channel. Yeah, you can send me the email. We have a third-party developer Slack channel. We have more than 100 people, developer from all over the world. They are building some very cool use case on quantum. Yeah. So thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.